Our saga begins with Will Rodman, a scientist at Genesis Laboratories, toiling away for 5 long years on ALZ-112, a retrovirus designed to cure Alzheimer's. Because, nothing says let's cure dementia like genetically upgrading chimpanzees to genius level. It's like saying, I'm going to fix this toaster by turning it into a spaceship. Genius move, Will. Enter Bright Eyes, a chimpanzee with a mind as sharp as a banana blade. However, things take a dramatic turn when Bright Eyes channels her inner action hero and goes on a rampage. Picture this, a highly intelligent chimp wreaking havoc, and security has to step in, turning her into the world's smartest casualty. But, plot twist. Bright Eyes was just protecting her secret baby. It's like a soap opera, but with more fur and fewer melodramatic stares. Now, enter Stephen Jacobs, the supervisor with a supervillain name. He decides to shut down the chimp experiment faster than you can say banana split. And poor Robert Franklin, the chimp handler, can't bring himself to execute a baby chimp. And so, Caesar, the baby with a destiny, is adopted by Will and raised in the lap of human luxury. Cut to 3 years later, and Caesar has become the monkey Mozart of intelligence. He's learning sign language, understanding quantum physics, and probably contemplating the meaning of life while sipping on a banana smoothie. Will's dad even gets a taste of the viral upgrade, turning into a temporary genius until his immune system hits the unsubscribe button. Classic mix-up, right? Now, let's talk about Hunziker, the grumpy neighbor who probably never got a hug as a child. He decides to mess with the Rodman family, and that's when Caesar steps in. With a bite that would make a crocodile proud, Caesar leaves Hunziker fingerless. It's like a Tarantino movie, but with more hair and fewer samurai swords. Caesar, now a symbol of simian justice, finds himself in the San Bruno primate shelter, run by the not-so-animal-friendly John Landon and his son, Dodge. Life in the shelter is no monkey picnic, with cruel treatment and apes living in cages like it's a bizarre episode of Ape Survivor. But fear not, for Caesar forms alliances with Maurice, an orangutan with a flair for sign language, and Buck, a giant gorilla who probably bench presses tree trunks in his free time. Our genius chimp, Caesar, hatches an escape plan that involves a stolen pocket knife and some impressive knot-tying skills. He turns the shelter into a jungle-themed escape room, proving that when life gives you lemons, make a monkey out of it. It's like The Great Escape, but with furrier escape artists. Meanwhile, back at Genesis, Will is cooking up a new and improved virus, ALZ-113, because apparently, the first one wasn't exciting enough. Tests begin on chimps, and, surprise surprise, it turns out this new virus is deadly to humans. Franklin, the unlucky scientist, gets a face full of virus and meets an untimely end, proving once again that in science, trial and error often leads to the latter. Will, having a moment of moral clarity, decides to warn Jacobs about the deadly virus, but Jacobs is like, nah, let's roll the dice on this one. Will, clearly tired of playing genetic Russian roulette, quits his job, leaving the lab in a cloud of morality dust. Now, let's talk about Caesar's grand escape. The dude breaks free, steals some ALZ-113 canisters, and releases the virus throughout the shelter. Suddenly, it's a simian IQ explosion, and the apes are officially the smartest beings on the block. Caesar, now the alpha genius, looks around and thinks, it's time for a plan. In a jaw-dropping moment, Caesar speaks for the first time, yelling in "oh," like a furry Shakespearean actor. Dodge, the not-so-friendly guard, gets a taste of his own medicine, and suddenly, the apes are running the show. It's like a revolution, but with more chest-pounding and fewer political speeches. Caesar, being the strategic genius that he is, divides his forces and sets his sights on the Golden Gate Bridge. It's the ultimate showdown, with apes on one side, humans on the other, and chaos in the middle. Maurice leads the high-wire circus act, Buck takes the underwater route, and Caesar faces the police head-on. It's a battle of wits, brawn, and a little bit of monkey business. But wait, here comes Jacobs in a helicopter, thinking he's the hero of the story. Little does he know, Koba, the scarred bonobo with a grudge, has plans of his own. The helicopter crash lands, Buck sacrifices himself, and Koba gives Jacobs a one-way ticket to the afterlife. It's like a Hollywood blockbuster, but with fur instead of explosions. As the apes make their triumphant escape into Muir Woods, Will arrives, trying to be the voice of reason. Caesar, now capable of basic human speech, hugs Will and declares, Caesar is home. It's a moment of understanding between man and ape, a bridge between two worlds. And just when you thought the story was over, a mid-credit scene drops the bombshell. Hunziker, infected with the deadly virus, is unwittingly spreading the simian flu as he boards a flight. Flight maps light up like a global infection chart, showing the virus spreading across continents.